I know with all my heart and soul that highly sensitives can genuinely thrive in business and life and have deep, meaningful, lasting impact in the world. I also know that we don't have to lose ourselves and sacrifice all our needs doing it. Through my own experience, my own journey, I've come to see that the way to create sustainable success is truly to accept and embrace who we are as a highly sensitive. Learn how to manage our nervous system so we don't get taken out by overwhelm and burnout, and then remain committed to using our highly sensitive traits as a strength rather than seeing it as a weakness. Like a lot of highly sensitives, I set out to start my own business because I really wanted to be able to change how I lived my day-to-day life. I was working as a high school drama teacher and I loved the work. I loved my students, but I was really absolutely crushed and suffocated by the system, and especially the long, grueling days. I was just exhausted all of the time and constantly questioning what was wrong with me. I didn't know I was highly sensitive at the time, but I had this idea of like, wow, what if I could design my day where I would start every day with like plenty of space to journal, yoga. I knew I was an excellent teacher. I knew I was a great coach. So what if I could do that, but in a way where I really felt supported by my day-to-day life? And that was absolutely what pulled me into being self-employed, even though I was absolutely terrified. I had been self-employed for about 8 years at that time and found myself just absolutely overwhelmed, overworked, overexhausted, did not know I was highly sensitive, and was really questioning what is wrong with me. Why is this so difficult? I stopped going to conferences. I stopped attending masterminds. I no longer took the courses. I even removed myself off of email lists and just really went into a place of deep, deep self-inquiry because I was really questioning like, oh my gosh, if I can't make this self-employed thing work, then what am I gonna do? And here's the real kicker. At that time, on paper, I had brought my business across the $1 million mark. Yet in reality, it was actually my lowest net year. So I was totally overwhelmed and I had no money. Dark night of the soul absolutely led me to understand that I was highly sensitive. I immediately just had such resistance to it. I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be something else that I need to manage, something else that makes me different, wrong, weird. But the more that I went deeper and deeper into my work with Dr. Elaine Aron, I suddenly started to realize that, oh, being highly sensitive just means that I have to do things differently. If my nervous system is wired to take in stimulation at a much higher degree, then what does it mean to work with that intentionally? And I started making the connection to how everything was happening in my business and realized like, oh, okay, because I'm highly sensitive, I need to go about marketing differently. I need to go about selling differently. I need to go about operations differently. And then I made the dot connect, a light bulb moment to the spiritual and psychological curriculum that I've worked with and studied since being a teenager, A Course in Miracles. Now, A Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a shift in perception. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is what I need. I need a shift in perception about what it means to be self-employed and what being self-employed looks like. For me, I need a business miracle. And that was really the beginning of everything that has changed and transpired from that point. I think what's really important to emphasize is that I'm a teacher at heart. I've always been a teacher. One of my earliest memories is actually from preschool. And for fun, I'm gathering other 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds around me and conducting class. So when it came to creating tools and teachings and trainings for the Highly Sensitive Leadership Training Program, that was just very natural for me. As I was learning what I needed as a highly sensitive to be able to successfully be self-employed, I was creating tools to support myself, taking into consideration my educational training and how there's different learning styles, auditory, visual, kinesthetic, and creating tools that would support me in really being able to create the transformation that I was wanting. And those evolved into teachings and trainings, and now the 7 tracks of highly sensitive leadership training curriculum that we offer in the program. If there's one thing that I can say confidently, there is no other program out there like the Highly Sensitive Leadership Training Program. And here's why. First of all, it is designed by a highly sensitive who has done and continues to do the real work, inner and outer, of what is needed to consistently create self-employment success. And that person is me. And we have a coach team who are also all highly sensitive and are in consistent, high level, high intensity coach mastery training of what it means to be a coach to other highly sensitive. So consistently on the cutting edge of what the members of the Business Miracles community need. From there, the foundation of every aspect of the highly sensitive leadership training programs is what I refer to as the 3 pillars for highly sensitive success. They are community, core practice, and consistency. Community is really about being in an aligned community, not only with others who are highly sensitive, but with highly sensitives who are committed to self-empowerment through being an entrepreneur and or leader. If there's one piece of feedback that I have received for over a decade, it is, oh my gosh, this is the first place where I finally feel like there is nothing wrong with me. I'm with others who get me, who support me, who understand how I operate and are willing to share what works for them so that my success can be created more easily. Core practice is really about beginning to retrain the nervous system to really set new neural pathways about how to use your highly sensitive nervous system so that it works for you. This has to be transformational. It has to be ongoing. It cannot be information-based only. Then consistency. This is an area that we tend to struggle with as highly sensitives. With the way that we have the leadership training programs designed, suddenly that difficulty with consistency becomes a new normal. And from there, everything changes. As a highly sensitive entrepreneur and leader in all regards, when you learn how to change the way you operate in your business, you change your results. I've witnessed countless times the very powerful, deep, and connected experience highly sensitives have just simply getting the chance to be heard on a Business Miracles Clarity call. It's absolutely incredible. And I've witnessed the amazing transformations that they make when they finally choose to begin their journey of embracing everything they are as a highly sensitive entrepreneur. There's absolutely nothing like it in the world. Period.